Hi everyone, how's it going? Gonna do something new today. Gonna do a unboxing and initial product review. I bought a portable cooler unit from Amazon and received it earlier today, so we're gonna unbox it and do some checking. The unit I got was the Nexfan. It's kind of a nice unit. It sounded like, based off the description, it is a comparable little unit for like an AC, even though it's not an actual AC unit. You can run it with no water. It's supposed to cool down the air anywhere from, like, I think they said 2 to 5 degrees without water in it. You add water, it'll do 4 to 8 degrees. And then if you add ice to the water, it'll go 7 to 12 degrees cooler than the room temperature air. And you can fill it up to 5 feet away, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and grab the box and take a look at what we've got inside. Now this video is going to be broken into a few parts because there are some extra things I'm going to have to do in the process of this. I did open the box earlier today because I wanted to get the instruction manual out and take a look at that. There's 3 pages worth of directions in the manual, and then they've got a whole bunch of different languages in here. So it's a big manual, but only 3 pages for each independent language that is in there. So here's the box. Like I said, I did open it already so that I get the owner's manual out. When you open the box, it kind of gives you this little quick start guide thing here. It tells you what each button on the top does, gives you a little diagram. And the back side, of course, says follow us. So you get that card on top. And it's got some nice padding in, so some pretty thick, or not maybe as thick as I thought it was, but some nice foam padding on the top to protect the unit. Then you got the unit itself. It comes nicely wrapped in shrink wrap, which is great. Keeps it nice and clean. And then last thing in there is a USB cord. So it does recommend using this. I'm going to probably plug it into my tower down below for a power source when I test it, because you can run it off of a computer. I don't have an actual plug. So that's probably what we're going to do. I'm going to set the box down here real fast just to get it out of the way, the cord on the desk. And let's go ahead and open the wrapping here real fast to see how well this goes. So we've got it unwrapped. Now, the front unit here does pull off. So this is where a filter is supposed to be stored at. Let's see if I can figure out how to pull that out here real quick. There we go. It's kind of come loose. There it is. So inside, the little tray pulls out just like so, and then you get your filter unit here. So this guy here gets dampened with water and also helps filter the air. And then they've got a foam pad inside. I'm not sure if that needs to be in there. I didn't see anything in the directions on that, but we'll take a look. Now, one of the things it does recommend doing is getting this soaked with water when you're ready to try running with water so that it helps cool it faster. We are going to initially pop this bad boy back in place, if I can. Put it back on my lap here. Okay, there we go. Now we got it back in. And push it back in and snap it in. We'll go ahead and undo the cord. So this thing's got a few different functionalities to it. You got 2 different buttons on the top. Probably hard to see with the lighting the way it is. I do apologize that it's so bright. I'm going to pause the video real fast. I'm going to turn the overhead light off, and we will come back and see if I get a little better view without the light. Alright, so I went ahead and turned the overhead light off. You can see a little bit better with it, so we're going to kind of show you here. Now there are 2 buttons on the top here. We got one on this side. This is the fan speed and power button. And then on this side is a light control button. This has 7 LED lights that you can change in between. Also has a UV light for helping clean bacteria and stuff out of the water and help clean the air, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in and just see what it's like with just running it with no water and just as a fan, because it says, like I said, it's supposed to cool down the air with just the fan unit. So plug it in. Here is the USB port right here on the back. It is a micro USB, so nothing real fancy. Probably could use, if I needed to, I've got a plugged in USB micro charger on my desk over here to my left. So we've got it plugged in. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the fan button. So it's nice, pretty quiet, really, which is nice. Louvers adjust up and down, which is great. You can kind of see the light that's inside. We'll kind of tap the light button here so you guys can see the different lights. See it change colors there. I'm going to slide forward here just a sec. I'm going to turn my webcam light off and see if maybe it gives a little better image. Okay, so it's going to be a little dark, so we're going to go with that just so you guys can kind of see the lights coming on this guy. So we've got blue, we've got red, purple, green, orange, aqua, yellow, green, and then it should have a cycle, but I think I went through. Nope, there it goes. So yeah, so then it'll cycle through all the colors. And then to turn the lights and everything off, you're supposed to be able to press and hold, and it turns it all off. So we'll turn that back off. I mean, right now it is, like I said, it runs pretty quiet, which is nice. That was one of the advertised features to it, is real quiet. It is moving a lot of air, which is really great for such a small product and having such a small fan in there. That thing is moving a ton of air. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to go saturate the filter in water. I'm also going to get some water to fill this thing with, and I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to set it up on my desk. Alright, so I went ahead, I soaked the filter in water for a few moments, let it get all nice and saturated. Also got me a glass of water so I can pour in the top here. I also had it apart, kind of took a look at the fan in the back. It just looks like a computer cooling fan is all that they're really using in there, probably like a higher speed one, which is really nice. I did kind of test a little bit. So when I first turned it on, I did have it on the highest setting. I got the overhead light turned back on, so I'm not sure how well this is going to show up. But when you turn it on and the lights kick on, there are 3 lights. If all 3 lights are lit up. So the 3 lights there indicate the fan speed. And then as you touch that, the fan slows down as the lights go. And then turns the fan completely off, but the light stays on. And then turn it back on. To shut the whole unit off, you just press and hold that button and it goes off on its own. Now with filling this, I'm going to unplug it while I get ready to fill it because don't want to have live electric running through it just in case something goes wrong. There are 2 ways to fill this guy with water. So first is you can pour the water in on the top here. Then it drains down into the reservoir. Second is you can lift the lid off and dump the water in that way. This thing's got a atomizer for the water, so it makes it into finer particles when it mist it down below, so that way it helps cool it a little bit, or it helps to cool the air off faster. I'm going to pop the top off, dump some water in here real fast, and we're going to fire it up and see how that fills immediately. So I didn't put a whole bunch of water in here. I don't know exactly how long a full reservoir of water will last on this thing, but we're going to find out. I will be using this tonight while I'm doing my gameplay streaming. If you guys want to check that out, you can check me out. I'm on Twitch at smite_89. You can check me out there. Alright, we've got the water in. We're plugged back in. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see how this guy goes with spraying some of the water. See if it is a noticeable difference. It's not that loud. It really does not compete. I've got a small fan to my right, and that fan being quite a bit further away is a lot louder than this guy is. So I could probably even bring this up, and it really does not pick up a lot of volume. So this thing is great. They say with the cooling, it's able to be put in a car, and yeah, that's already putting out some cooler air. I can already feel that. It does cool the air off fast. They say some of them take several minutes for it to cool the air down. This has already dropped the air temperature coming off of it quite a bit. I can feel that. That feels wonderful. That is nice and cold air. So far, based off of my experience with this little test, I'm liking it. It is putting a lot more cold air out than I expected, and it cooled down really fast. And it moves a lot of air. I would definitely recommend this product. It seems to be pretty good. It's new to the market. It seems like, so it's one of the newer ones. But just as of right now, based off of my experience with this little bit that I've had that you guys have seen, and yes, this thing is pumping out. I would say it is dropping the air temperature coming out. It's probably a good 6-7 degrees colder than the ambient room temperature right now. So hopefully this thing keeps living up to what it's doing now and lasts for a good while. If it does, this is a phenomenal product, but it is new. Wasn't a whole lot of reviews on Amazon at the time, but it is pumping out some nice cool air. This product is really nice. I got it because of the filtering and everything, and the fact that it was more spill proof than the others. But it does do pretty well what they say. Fits the temperature drop range is definitely within what they say for each type. I have not added ice into it. I wanted to make this go as quickly as I could. I didn't want to sit there and wait for the water to cool down to ice cold water. I could have got probably some water out of the fridge if there's some here and dumped in there that would have been ice cold, but I just went with tap water. It worked. But guys, thank you for checking out this review. Once again, this little guy is the Nexfan. It is available. I bought it off of Amazon.com. I know you can also get it off of eBay and other sites as well. So if you guys are interested, for right now, I definitely think it's a worthwhile product. Take care, guys, and hope you have a wonderful day. Guys, wanted to add one more thing in after I finished the last part. I did try plugging it into one of the micro USB cords that you get with a Bluetooth headset, and it does not put out enough power to run the unit. So definitely go with the cord they provide. You can run it off of a computer USB port, or it recommends using a 5-volt adapter with it. So if you have a plug-in adapter that does 5 volts output, you can use that as well. But the cords you get with a Bluetooth for charging them, unfortunately, does not have the juice that it needs to run this unit. It'll turn on, run for about 2-3 seconds, and then it turns itself off. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that as well.